What if I asked you something a little uncomfortable? Something most people avoid their entire lives. What if the way you've been living chasing approval, holding on to people, saying yes when you wanted to say no, what if all of that was never really necessary in the first place? Yeah, I know. That hits a nerve. Because we're taught from day one to be needed, to be liked, to fit in, to build a life that looks good from the outside, even if it feels empty on the inside. And for decades, we play that game. We wake up, show up, smile when we don't feel like it, carry relationships that drain us, and convince ourselves this is just how life works. But then something strange happens around 70. Not for everyone, but for the ones who finally start seeing clearly. It's like a quiet awakening. No fireworks, no big announcement. Just a subtle realization that slowly grows louder every day. And it sounds like this. I don't have to do this anymore. Imagine that moment. Really imagine it. Sitting there one morning, coffee in your hand, no rush, no pressure. And suddenly it hits you. All those years you spent worrying about what people think. All those nights you stayed up replaying conversations in your head. All the times you held back your truth just to keep the peace. And now, none of it feels important anymore. Not in the way it used to. And it's not because you stopped caring about life. It's because you finally started caring about yourself. And man, that's a different kind of power. See, most people think freedom comes from money or success or having more time. But that's not it. Not even close. Real freedom comes when you stop needing permission. When you stop explaining yourself. When you realize you don't owe anyone a version of you that costs your peace. And yeah, that realization can be a little scary at first. Because it means facing the truth. Maybe you stayed in relationships too long. Maybe you lived by rules that were never yours. Maybe you spent years trying to be someone you thought you had to be. But here's the twist. There's no bitterness in this stage. No anger, just clarity. Like finally cleaning a window that's been foggy your whole life. You see everything for what it is, and for what it isn't. I remember hearing about this woman, 74, who said something that stuck with me. She said, I wasted so much time trying to be who everyone needed. I forgot to ask who I needed to be for myself. That right there, that's the wake-up call. And the crazy part? Most people don't get it until it's almost too late. They carry expectations like baggage they never unpack. They keep saying, one day I'll live for me. But one day turns into years, and years turn into a life half-lived. So let me ask you again, why are you waiting? Seriously, what are you still holding on to that's holding you back? Is it fear? Guilt? Someone else's opinion that doesn't even matter anymore? Because here's the truth nobody says out loud. The longer you wait to let go, the harder it gets. But the moment you do, it's like stepping into fresh air after being stuck in a crowded room for decades. And suddenly, everything feels lighter. Your mind, your heart, your entire existence. And yeah, some people will notice the change. They'll say you've become different, distant, maybe even cold. But what they don't understand is this: you're not cold. You're just no longer available for things that drain you. And that's not selfish. That's survival. That's growth. That's finally choosing yourself after a lifetime of putting yourself last. And if you're feeling this right now, if something inside you is saying, this is me, don't ignore it. That's not just a thought. That's your truth trying to break through. So don't push it down. Don't distract yourself. Lean into it, because what comes next, that's where everything changes. And here's where it gets real. Because once you see this truth, you can't unsee it. You start noticing things you never paid attention to before. Like how much energy you used to waste trying to control things you never had control over. People's opinions, outcomes, the past. All of it. And now, you just let it be. Not because you gave up, but because you finally understand. Life isn't something you control. It's something you experience. And that shift right there, that's freedom. Real freedom. The kind that doesn't depend on anyone else. The kind that shows up when you stop chasing and start accepting. And don't get it twisted. This doesn't mean life becomes perfect. You still have challenges. You still have moments of doubt. But the difference is, they don't own you anymore. They pass through you like waves, instead of drowning you. And there's humor in it too. Yeah, real humor. Because you start laughing at things that used to stress you out. Little arguments, unnecessary drama. People trying to prove points that don't even matter. And you just sit there thinking, man, I used to lose sleep over this. It's almost funny, almost, because there's also a little sadness in realizing how much time you gave to things that didn't deserve it. But instead of regret, you feel something else, relief, because you finally stopped. You finally stepped off that treadmill. And now you get to live, not perform, not impress, just live fully. Honestly, unapologetically, doing things because they bring you peace, not because they bring you approval. And that might mean smaller circles, quieter days, deeper conversations, or even enjoying your own company in a way you never could before. And let me tell you something. There's nothing lonely about being at peace with yourself. Nothing at all. In fact, it's the opposite. It's the first time you feel complete, whole, like you're not missing anything anymore. And if you're younger listening to this, don't wait. Don't push this realization to someday. Because someday has a way of sneaking up on you. And by the time you realize what matters, time has already moved on. So take this moment, right now, and ask yourself one simple question. Am I living for me? Or am I living for everyone else? And be honest. No filters. No excuses. Because your answer, that's your starting point. And listen, if this message hit you, if it made you feel something, anything, don't just scroll away. Don't just nod and move on. Do something with it. Drop a comment and tell me what's one thing you're finally ready to let go of. One belief, one habit, one expectation that's been holding you back. Put it out there. Because when you say it, it becomes real. And someone else reading your words might find the courage they've been looking for. And hey, share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because you never know. This might be the moment that changes everything for them. And maybe, just maybe, it changes everything for you too. First thing, you need to understand this clearly. Your script is strong, but execution is everything. A powerful script with weak delivery dies fast on YouTube. So your focus should be on emotion plus pacing plus visual storytelling, not just reading lines that start with your voice delivery. Don't sound like you're reading. Sound like you're remembering something personal. Lower your tone slightly. Slow down your speech and let certain lines breathe. When you say something heavy, like you finally belong to yourself, pause, give it 2 to 3 seconds. Let silence do the work. Silence, when used right, increases retention more than words. Now let's talk about hook performance, first 5 to 10 seconds. This is where most videos die. Your first line must feel like a question that creates tension in the brain. Deliver it slightly faster than the rest of the video, with curiosity and a hint of urgency. Your face, if shown, or your tone should say, you need to hear this. If the viewer doesn't feel pulled in instantly, they're gone. No second chances. Then comes pattern interrupts. Every 5 to 8 seconds, something must change. This can be a camera zoom, a background shift, a subtle sound effect, or a visual cut. If your video looks the same for 20 seconds straight, retention drops no matter how good your words are. Humans get bored fast. Your job is to keep resetting their attention. Use visual storytelling aggressively. Don't just talk about an old man sitting alone. Show it. Use clips of quiet cafes, slow walking people, empty parks, sunset windows. The brain processes visuals faster than words, so when visuals match your message, retention skyrockets. Make sure visuals are emotional, not random stock footage. Background music. This is critical. Don't just pick any sad piano track. Start with something soft and minimal, then slowly build intensity as your script deepens. Around the middle, slightly increase emotional weight, and near the end, bring in a subtle rise, almost like a quiet climax. Music should guide feelings without overpowering your voice. Now, here's something most people get wrong: pacing. Don't keep the same speed throughout. Mix it up. Start slightly faster, then slow down for emotional lines, and pick it up again during reflection parts. This variation keeps the brain engaged. Flat pacing equals boring video, no matter how good the script is. Let's talk about relatability triggers. You need moments where the viewer says, "That's literally me." Add small human details in your delivery like hesitations, slight laughs, or tone shifts. When you say lines like, "You stayed quiet just to keep the peace," emphasize that, because almost everyone has lived that moment. Now, the big one engagement strategy. Don't just ask people to comment at the end. That's too late. Drop a soft engagement hook in the middle, like, "Be honest. Have you ever felt this?" This creates a mental response, even if they don't type. Then at the end, hit them with a direct question. What's one thing you're finally letting go of? Keep it simple, emotional, and easy to answer. Complex questions kill engagement. Also, pin a comment yourself. Something like, "I'll go first. I'm letting go of needing everyone to understand me." This makes your comment section feel human, not robotic. Now, let's get real about audience psychology. Your target audience, older adults or reflective thinkers, doesn't want hype. They want truth. So don't over-edit, don't overuse flashy effects, and don't sound like a motivational speaker shouting cliches. Keep it calm, real, and slightly raw. That authenticity is your edge. Thumbnail and title. This is where virality begins, not the script. Your thumbnail should show emotion clearly, a face that looks thoughtful, peaceful, or slightly sad. Add 3 to 5 words max, like, "After 70. One finally understood." Big, bold, high contrast. No clutter. Your title must create curiosity plus tension. Something like, "What life teaches you after 70, too late for most." Or, "The truth about life after 70. Nobody tells you." Avoid long, boring titles. Keep it sharp. Now, here's a secret most people ignore: retention loops. In your script, hint at something deeper coming later. For example, "Stay with me," because what happens next is what most people never realize. This creates a psychological loop that keeps viewers watching to close it. Consistency matters too. Don't just post one video and disappear. You need to build a pattern so YouTube understands your audience. Aim for at least 2 to 3 videos per week in the same niche, same tone, same style. Also, study channels like Golden Wisdom After 60 and Life Advice for Older People. Not to copy, but to understand pacing, tone, and emotional delivery. Then do it in your own voice, slightly more modern, slightly more direct. And here's the final truth. The thing nobody tells you. Viral videos are not perfect. They are felt. If your video makes someone pause, think, or feel something deep inside, They will watch longer. They will comment. They will share. So don't chase perfection. Chase connection. And one more thing, when you finish your video, watch it yourself. Not as a creator, but as a viewer. Ask yourself honestly, would I stay till the end? If the answer is even slightly maybe, go back and tighten it, because in this game, attention is everything.